boom, 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 boom. Banning out. You make me to boom down. All right. Wow. Guys. What a freaking fabulous February month this was. As far as you guys watching everything that went ahead and unfolded, talking about the beginning of the month with the OB-GYN interaction that we had, there was the ACTS training that happened. We had 2 exams, as a matter of fact. One was for block 9, which was the GI, endocrine, and reproductive block, and then I just got done with my exam, as a matter of fact, yesterday. Thank God I passed, because I was pretty scared about that. But yeah, let's kind of like just delve into it little by little, tell you what exactly was kind of going through my mind and what I think is like important for not only for myself to hear, but especially you guys to hear, reflecting upon my experience with Block 9 and the former part of Block 10. Speaking about ACS, and this was one of the more special weeks, the first week especially, that being the OB-GYN and rectal exam kind of part that we did. I remember vividly, as I said before, last year, I definitely did not know exactly, what it is we were kind of doing this for. I mean, yes, on a surface level we did, but on a deeper level understanding, not really. Especially compared to what I understand now, and that is, what pathology you're looking for, what questions you want to go ahead and ask the patient, and what pertinent information do we need to go ahead and know and understand in order to correctly diagnose a specific OB-GYN or rectal problem, if you may. So the thing is in the second year especially, and I'm definitely seeing it now more and more as these months continue to kind of go, is it's cool how much the textbook is really able to go ahead and teach you. Textbook, ACS, all of these educational tools and resources that we have access to, and how they're going ahead and formulating and really like kind of changing the way we think. It's really, really cool. Me and Miguel were talking about this the other day. That we never, if you think about it, as a first year student, if you're in the medical profession, you kind of understand where we're coming from this, and I'll try to explain it if you're not interested and you kind of want to know what it's like. But in the second year, you pick up such a vast amount of information and you learn in a specific way. It's like literally your brain is kind of being rewired on how to think. Closest analogy I can put it to, imagine learning a new language. Every single language kind of have its own little thing. Some things kind of get lost in translation. It's a little bit hard to explain when somebody's talking about, but once you're a part of that discussion, everything just makes so much more sense. That's kind of how it is when you get into the second year. You kind of like are stepping over into that bridge of understanding the new language. You're not fully there, but you're definitely understanding it more. As a first year student, it's kind of crazy to think that we thought it was okay to kind of be by ourselves at the SOC, or the Student Outreach Clinic, diagnosing some of these patients. And we don't mean necessarily by ourselves. I mean, we definitely have the attending physician. That's exactly what they're there for. But it's still kind of crazy to think that we have, these things that we can do by ourselves when, as a second year student with the knowledge we have, you know exactly what you're looking for. And like I said before, with that OB-GYN rectal exam, you guys could kind of see, when I was kind of looking for these things, I had a definitely more of a curious, engaged mind, because my brain now knew exactly what it was trying to look for. I wasn't just poking buttholes and vaginas and stuff, And I'm being dead serious. That's kind of just how it felt last year. But this year, thank God for the opportunity that we had this year, because now we're really to go ahead and apply that knowledge in so much more of a enriched learning experience. Talking about the exams, 2 exams that came around this time, may have been 3, I can't really remember, but it's crazy to think we're just becoming so numb to the tests now. It's just you're taking test after test after test after test. It's not like undergrad anymore where you're scared for that exam around the corner. It's kind of okay, doing another test. And I think part of that contributes to that is not only is there a very, very hard, speed, if you may, with all the exams that come towards your way, but if you are proficiently preparing for the STEP exam that's coming up, you're doing a lot of questions from question banks, practice tests, that kind of thing, and your brain just kind of becomes associated with these kinds of things, and it becomes familiar with it. Not saying that it's not stressful anymore. For me personally, and once again, this does not apply to everybody. For me, not nearly as stressful anymore, unless of course I haven't studied a whole bunch. It's kind of how it was with this exam I took yesterday, but still did good. But yeah, it can be very stressful for some people, which leads me to my next topic. Let's talk about ACT training and the therapy session that I had. This month, as I said before, as we're getting closer and closer to STEP, you can definitely tell that there is that same sense of burnout that was going on last year, but it's definitely hitting it quicker for some of us over here at the school than usual than we did like in our first year. So to give you guys a hint, right, it's February. This is about like block 3, which is the GI endocrine renal kind of thing last year. And there definitely is some students, the first year students that I've been talking to, as a matter of fact, when I was talking about the ACTS training, when I talked about the stigma and depression, and just kind of talking around, that there is definitely some of your stressed out students, and I would not be surprised if there actually is, a matter of fact, a student who is depressed. No, to come to think of it, I'm not going to mention a name, but there is a student, as a matter of fact, that I know is depressed, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was anybody else that was as well. Once again, this is something that you are exposed to in the medical career, something very, very worrisome, something we're definitely concerned about, and it's something I really am passionate to address. As I was editing this video, I was watching a whole bunch of videos kind of talking about this stuff, and I just can't wait to go ahead and tell you guys about the story, about my experience, and all of the things that kind of surround that, to give you guys a better understanding of what exactly is going on. With that being said, I really enjoyed the ACT training, that the fact that I get to go ahead and have the privilege to go and teach about pursuing your values, what that means, and how that's going to bring joy and satisfaction to not only to your life, the medical students' life, but to the patients and the other people that you will interact with in the future, and hopefully finding some way to go ahead and convey that across to them so that they can enjoy their lives as well at the end of the day. That's really matters, to be honest. Yeah, I was super excited about that, and if I get another opportunity to do that again, I think I would definitely take it up. I'm so thankful for it. And then talking about the therapy session I had as well, I can't go into specifics, like I said, but it kind of opened up the realm to another discussion, another topic, to say that there is burnout going on. This is a common discussion, not only among just our school in general, but this is something that I'm very interested in looking upon other forums, other vlogs across the internet talking about depression in medical school. And this isn't just something that's just happening recently. Yeah, we talk about social media and all these other things that contribute to depression in the modern day, which can contribute to, of course, depression in medical school as well. But this is something that's been going on for decades. Medical school, when it's, again, is like a very challenging profession. There's a lot of things going on. The current thing I'm going through right now, STEP exam. This is something that could determine your career, for crying out loud. For those of you guys who don't know, the STEP exam, once again, like I said, it's the big exam you take, a big standardized exam that you take between your second and third year. And you're essentially studying the entire time for this thing and really trying to get the highest score possible. Even though there is a pass-fail for it, there's a lot of these residency programs, so a bunch of like clinical or what do you call hospital programs, if you want to call them that, across the country. There's thousands of them that determine whether or not you're eligible to go ahead and go into their program. And that first step that they really look at, no pun intended, is STEP. They look at that score, see if you're going to go ahead and be competitive enough for that. And the specialty that I'm going into, psychiatry, it's a little bit on the lower end of the spectrum, but because I'm in the military, it's going to be higher. But something like Miguel wants to get into orthopedic surgeon, if you want to be a radiologist, all of those kinds of more competitive specialties, you definitely got to get ranked higher. That may be one of the reasons as to why I'm not stressing out so much. But Miguel, as a matter of fact, his personal experience, he's not stressing about it too much. Is it something that's concerning? Of course, you know, that's his career on the line. But like I said, everybody goes kind of through their different experience as far as how that's going to go. So yeah, I'm really curious to see, you know, what the heck these next few months are going to be. It's really freaking crazy to think that like I'm already at the end of February. As a matter of fact, I'm speaking to you guys, and it's March, bro. It's March. But yeah, it's kind of funny to think, like me and Miguel kept talking about the fact, like, dude, like I already knew it, like within February 1st, March is going to be around the corner just like that within 2 days. And it's like I've already kind of forgotten, you know, what the heck has happened over the last 4 weeks. It's just all passing by so freaking fast. It's unbelievable. Before I know it, Miguel's gonna be taking his test in April. I'm gonna be taking my test in May. We're gonna be vacation after that. But yeah, it's really just fascinating to see how fast things are going. But at the end of the day, right now, I'm just super thankful for where my mind is right now. There's definitely a lot of stressful factors that I am dealing with, and I'm just so thankful for the fact that I'm dealing with it in the correct way, if you may, and really being able to keep my sanity, be happy, be at joy, because this isn't a privilege that everybody gets to enjoy in medical school. You guys can look up a bunch of vlogs and stuff and just see how prominent burnout and depression is. So yeah, guys, I think that's about it. Last week, as I said, month of thankfulness. I'm just super thankful once again. And I'm going to conclude right here. I'm going to go ahead and go out with a friend, because I obviously didn't get enough from last night, even though last night was pretty crazy after the exam. I'm just gonna go do that again, take a rest, and then hit it back tomorrow once again, March 1st, well today actually. I've got a bunch of projects going to come up. I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and bring that homeless project that I was talking about that I did over in Pittsburgh, bring that back over here, do a little bit more of the psychiatry, to get more involved, since I feel like I haven't been doing Not nearly as much as I should. And then of course, take more dance classes, do a little bit more private lessons, keep up with exercise and health first and foremost, do a little bit more studying, get more engaged with step studying because it's really going to be locked down for these next 2 months. Really locked down. Once again, just want to say thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching this edition of my vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed the month of February. If you guys like the content of this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. All the support I can get is very supportive, very helpful. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you guys have any comments on anything that I could go ahead and do to improve these videos, go ahead and shoot those down. Yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your week, rest of your month, rest of your lives, for crying out loud. And you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day. Throw that your way, throw some love your way if you need that. And of course, on a serious note, if you guys need any help at all, if you're feeling depressed, burnout, I want to send this message out there right now. Make sure you go ahead and get help. There are people that care about there, and I truthfully and really mean that. There are people out there who want to help and support you and get you back to the place that you deserve to be. Thank you guys. Much love. And yeah, you know what's coming next. Creer en amor.